All right, well, because the last recording stopped, so that file is uploading. So now I can.
It was Ben's fault, by the way.
Well, what was so important that we had to see?
We couldn't even see it.
I don't know what you're talking about. My hands are.
Ben was being full of vain.
That's okay. Well, you know the song "You're So Vain" was written about Ben McCoy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ben so vain.
I actually think that song is about me.
Is about him.
I don't. There's no problem.
The song is about him. Ben so vain. But yeah. So anyway, this is just any other episodic television show that I think that tries to get away with a Donnie Brasco episode would be whack. But for some reason, I find this endearing.
Yeah, I like this episode.
They picked the right guy to do it. I mean, Miles is a good character to play this role.
Yeah,
he's got his foils.
Yeah.
Well, he's Irish, so he's got the whole Irish mob background.
It would have made a lot of sense, I think, to have Julian do it, but I think I enjoy it with Miles better.
Julian wouldn't have been believable.
He's a smug prick. He probably would have given something away.
He's more of the espionage, like the James Bond. You know, I'm going to stay at the fancy hotel. He doesn't go low. Yeah. Like, you know, this was the seedy underbelly of various prime.
When Miles goes low, Julian goes high.
Yeah. And it works too because his in is good because he's a tinkerer. He can fix stuff, and low level street thugs probably always looking for something something needs a fixing. And the way they even introduce him I thought was cool because you've got these three thugs sitting at a table and they're trying to break in to some random account, and the guy's got the thing on his neck. And O'Brien spikes him, but yet comes in and saves the day to show off to the cool mafioso guys so he can earn their trust. It shouldn't work, but it really does.
They're doing the Terminator 2 robbing the ATM.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, that was the thing, though. It was weirder than that because that was a comm booth. Yeah. So they were calling for takeout. They're sitting in a bar. They call for delivery, and they're going to make, then they're going to scam the thing to make somebody else pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're going to order Mexican, and they're going to pay for it.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, once...
It's a phishing scam.
But once the place finds out that they paid for Mexican that they didn't eat, they're just going to go to the delivery place, and those three guys are going to be sitting there eating Mexican food and be like, it's probably them, right? We didn't do that. Was one part of the plan that I thought wasn't good. They probably should have had the food delivered somewhere else.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's better than being like the stoners that have the stolen credit cards and you order pizza at your own place. So it's like, yeah, they had it delivered to 1414, Mockingbird Drive. Wait a minute.
Now, what you're supposed to do is get it delivered to your neighbor's house, and then when you know that they're about to deliver it, then you go outside and say, oh, I'm here waiting for you, so you don't have to come to my door.
My babies, I got a baby inside sleeping.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Here's a $5 tip.
Don't ever tell me you see nothing. Sleeps with the fishes. You see? But yeah, so he gets in good, and then come to find out that he's on a secret mission. It's undercover. He's going deep cover. Yeah, and you don't stop because it's 187 on a motherfucking cop. Good ass song. That's a good song. It's a good song.
I thought the guy who plays the Admiral, I thought he had been on the show before.
The Admiral.
He's just, or whatever, the guy running the op.
Yeah, Chadwick.
Yeah.
Who is that guy? Because it was driving me nuts the entire time.
He's a big time character actor. He was in Deadwood.
He's in Orange is the New Black. He's the corrections officer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's one of those guys who's been in everything.
Okay. See, I started having trouble distinguishing between him and the Ramus guy, the head bad guy.
Yeah.
Because they're both wearing the dark suit, and other than the fairy and nose ridge that the one guy had, that Ramus had, It was just like, and then I thought maybe that's the deeper thing, that at some level, the leader, good and evil, the line is blurred, and it's like these intel guys are just as shady. They're just running their own syndicate.
Well, I was convinced that when they were trying to find the rat in Starfleet, that it was him. So
Yeah,
I thought so too.
Like, I was glad that it was just some unnamed guy on Ryza who got some cash to make it stop raining. Like, I thought that was cool.
Is it that person we saw before?
Oh,
Maybe
on Ryza, the weather control dudes.
Maybe.
Oh shit. Yeah. In my head, I kept making it out to be the what's his Lieutenant Commander Hutch.
Isn't that
Hutchinson? The small talk guy from where Data was making small talk with him.
Yeah, they killed his ass.
I thought Hutch was that movie with Will Smith where he's trying to hook Kevin, the fat guy up. The fat guy up. Isn't that him? That he was the snitch.
Yes. Was it Jonah Hill?
Hitch was the snitch.
Hitch was this kid. He was trying to hook everybody up, and then he accidentally hooked up some people.
Yeah.
That didn't need to.
He hooked up the syndicate.
Interesting.
Oh, and the guy who played Ramus is Don Draper's dad.
Ah, interesting.
Took him to the Pennsylvania whorehouse.
Oh shit.
Yep.
We're going to the Pennsylvania whorehouse. We all.
I did not recognize them. Don't give me credit for that. That was Wikipedia.
Hey, whatever. You still got it. That was good.
So he brought O'Brien a chocolate bar.
We're going to the Pennsylvania whorehouse. Interesting.
That show's boring.
You don't like Mad Men?
I've never seen it.
I struggled through the first season. I was so glad it was over. I was like, I'm not watching any more of this.
Come on,
That was great.
I loved it. It showed a great time in American history when things were just perfect.
Yeah.
I had no problem with this time frame.
Hell yeah. And I thought it was cute too that on the ship, while O'Brien was gone, they just kind of showed everything go into pot, like nothing worked.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was a cute little touch, because as I'm watching this episode, like the beginning of it, which was a pretty long intro, it was like 10 minutes of intro before they got to credits or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, like, they don't have anyone else to send. I mean, O'Brien's the fucking chief engineer.
The place running.
Yeah, he's the chief engineer on obviously the most important fucking station in Starfleet, and you got him out there playing like pretend bad guy.
That doesn't make sense though when you think about, okay, so he's spending all these years working on Cardassian technology. There's probably a chance that he's going to have to pass himself off as this tinkerer who's used to working with alien technology. So all the other Federation dudes just know how to do Federation stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm just like, what is everybody else in the ship doing? Everybody else in engineering, like, do they not do their job at all? Like, yeah. I mean, this guy needs a freaking pay raise.
The Bajorans are really, I've seen this in the Navy, the Bajorans are really good at the Bajoran.
Navy?
Hey, we're not racist in the Navy. So I don't know about how the Air Force does things.
They let them wear those earrings? Well,
we welcome the Bajorans. So
we welcome the Bajorans.
But the Bajorans are really good at Bajoran tech and Cardassian tech. And then the Federation guys are really good at Federation tech, right? O'Brien is the guy that's able to make the two systems work together.
So he's the guy, he can figure out all that stuff, but he doesn't write anything down. So he becomes the single point of failure for the whole operation.
His whole thing is like, look,
much like we do in the Navy.
When I die, I'm taking everybody with me. And I think that's how people are at their jobs.
Why is this tape here? Oh my God, we're sinking.
You can fire me. You can transfer me if you want, but good luck.
Yeah. It is good for job security.
This whole operation's going down.
I've based the last 25 years of my life on this theory.
It's very George Costanza thinking. Like, they need me around. Because if not, this whole place is going to shit.
I should have been fired multiple times in the last 10 years, but since I was the one guy that knew the thing.
Bilby. What's up, Bilby? Yeah, so he gets in because he fixes that gadget, and they like him. And I mean, Bilby takes to him right. Bilby's a very
real
low.
quick.
Yeah, but I mean, for the purpose of episodic television, it has to happen quickly. So, but yeah, he takes.
He's got a crush on him.
They're very low. They're both very lonely men.
I took it. Well, originally, I guess they wanted another actor that had died just before filming started, and it was going to be more of a father-son relationship. And they were saying how that really hurt the episode, and it didn't turn out as good as they wanted.
I thought this episode was.
That would have been kind of like the Ensign Bro episode then.
Yeah, and so for me, this was I liked this, and in my head canon though, I thought Bilby was a little racist. And that's why he linked up with O'Brien.
He didn't trust
you fucking aliens wouldn't protect me, but this guy, he'll lie to protect me.
Yeah,
I can expect that from a fellow human.
We humans stick together, unlike you, greasy snot faces.
Yeah, fish face and vampire guy,
catfish man and vampire dude.
Yeah, you guys are a bunch of racial slurs in space.
Bram Stoker's Departed.
I'm going to call you something terrible. Yeah, that's what you are. Corner face.
Bolian bartenders.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's right. It's weird, too, that they're in the Orion Syndicate, but we don't see any Orions.
Yeah.
Like, you think
it's
somewhere...
not that Orion. It's a different Orion.
I know, but still.
I don't know.
No,
I assume it's the same.
The Orion Syndicate has been around since before TOS.
Yeah,
the Orion Syndicate goes back to Enterprise.
Yeah, this is the OH Ryan. Ryan.
Oh, Ryan.
The O'Briens.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why I call it the O'Brien Syndicate.
By the end of the day.
Yeah. So, like, they go on some stuff together, and they're doing stuff, and, O'Brien's really showing off here to Bilby, and Bilby really likes him and takes him to his house immediately and feeds him cake and lets him play with his cat. Like, I couldn't tell if Bilby was like a high school girl or like a real bad guy, but there.
Oh my God! Let's go back to my place and we can do each other's hair and we can talk about the cute boy in fourth period. And I've got this cat and whatever girls talk about.
My wife made this cake. You want some?
Exactly what girls talk about.
Look at this weird picture frame of my kids. That's actually like a metal board. With the pencil at the bottom of it.
It makes it look futuristic. It's all hollow. It's holographic frames of an actual picture.
That's really weird.
I did like that he was just like, yeah, your wife's cake sucks.
It's a little dry.
Your wife's cake is dry like a twat. I mean, you don't have to be that honest with me. I like you, though.
But see, I can expect that kind of honesty from another human.
See,
you're right on both accounts.
I've let the other guys bang my wife, and they said she was moist like a rainy day. But you tell me the truth there.
I can trust you.
That's right. I can't trust you. Hey, bang my old lady. You got to have a family.
Hope you got a lot of spit, though.
Definitely going to need some space lube.
Let me set up the hollow camera. And go.
Now, make her hold the picture of the family while you're banging her from behind. Yeah, that's nice. I'm a real cuckold.
I really like you, O'Brien.
Or whatever your name is in this episode.
Conley.
O'Brien Conley. It's all the same, you Mick bastard. Now bang my old lady. How's the cake?
See, what they didn't show is
I'm going to eat this awful cake while you bang my wife and I watch.
What they
no,
didn't
not on the cake and eat it. That's right. Jizz on this cake and make me eat it. Yeah.
So what they didn't show is the second
Bilby's
time.
a real weirdo. I'm so lonely.
This is how we live in the Orion Syndicate.
It's real hard to find good help because none of these guys want to bang my dry wife's pussy.
The Orion Syndicate is just a sex club.
Yeah.
It's all built around banging this guy's wife.
It's all around Bilby's wife.
That's how he's got promoted so quickly.
Yeah.
We actually meet his wife in 7th season.
Yeah. she's having a baby, but you don't know whose it is. Is it
Everyone's.
Where's this Conley?
It's a real Mamma Mia situation.
Oh, the next Dork Trek, Deep Space Nine. Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
Do they have a musical episode of DS9?
God,
No.
I hope not.
No.
Thank God.
Well,
I think they can
yeah.
do it.
No, Vic Fontaine. When we meet Vic Fontaine.
I wouldn't say that's.
I don't mean
not
one
like
was singing in it.
Yeah,
I mean
that's not like
a musical.
I mean, it played, but it wasn't. You didn't have like Chief O'Brien singing a ballad about Keiko and Cisco singing about the prophets. So it wasn't like that. I don't think that really started until just after, because the earliest one I can remember of that was Buffy.
There's not. Is there a Voyager musical?
There is.
When there's one with singing in it.
Well, I
saw the ending of the opera one.
God, it's terrible, isn't it? It's the worst episode.
I'm starting to really look forward to this, just so we can just drag it into the dirt.
We'll talk about baseball through the whole thing because
it's really terrible. Right, Dennis? Yes.
I mean, I just saw like the very end.
Like how much of it though?
Like Seven's like, oh, I have one more fan letter for you. Blah blah blah. It's from me.
Well, for a while they were going to try to make those two a love interest.
Now fuck my robot pussy.
Yeah.
And then it shifted to Chakotay.
Yeah, Chakotay.
Weird.
Spoilers.
You know what?
The thing is, Chakotay's got to do something on that show because he's literally doing nothing. Like he just has breakfast with the captain and he's just hanging out.
I just love that the Native American advisor that they had on the show was a complete fraud.
Yeah,
like he wrote a book and then he got completely debunked that he wasn't Native American at all. And
in real life,
it's just like his whole life was a lie. And
Robert
Not
Beltran?
surprising.
No, not Robert Beltran. The advisor for their Native American advisor.
Okay.
Yeah, have him talk about his ancestors and the spirits of the sky. It's a thing. It's a thing.
I'm going to watch that movie Spirit about the horse. It'll tell me all about it. I've learned a lot about watching Native Americans by watching The Lone Ranger.
I watched Lone Ranger. I saw that Dances with Wolves thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm good.
Disney's Pocahontas.
Well, no, see, I was going to watch Pocahontas, but I actually got confused at the video store, and I was in the porn section, and I picked up Pocahontas, and different plot.
I learned a lot, though.
Yeah.
Schlong Smith. Wow. That guy.
Schlong Smith. But yeah, so then everything seems to be going well, but then all of a sudden there's an unexpected meeting with Ramus, who is Bilby's boss. And they got this guy, and Ramus is like, hey, I don't know this guy. Who is he? And he witnesses for him. Bilby witnesses for him. That means he goes out on a limb and vouches for him, basically. They just use
why did he say I vouched for you?
I guess it's too whoppy, maybe. Like they didn't want to have it like, I don't know.
In the future, we witness.
But cool, that scene that happens directly in Donnie Brasco, so that's why I was thinking they'd change the term so it doesn't feel like you're just watching Donnie Brasco.
I mean, do they use the vouch?
Yeah.
Instead of witness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they use I vouched for you.
So
yeah.
this is
couldn't find the thesaurus that day. They're like, fuck.
See, now I'm starting to think it's almost like. On the Treehouse of Terror that year with when they did their Shining spoof on Simpsons, and groundskeeper Willie's like, no, lad, it's the shitting. Do you want to get sued? So we witness in the future.
Yes.
Everybody tells your story about how Jesus changed your life. And okay.
That's what the Orion Syndicate's all about.
They're Pentecostals.
Yeah, religious-based crime.
Yep. Religious-based space crime.
Yes.
Oh
Praise
my.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, well Ronald D. Moore is pretty big on this series.
That's true.
And that he's all about some space Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You do love him some space Jesus.
I mean, if you're gonna love any Jesus, why not make it be space Jesus? You know,
or Korean Jesus.
Yeah.
He's a fun Jesus.
I'm cool with that too.
Even better, Korean baby Jesus.
Korean baby Jesus.
What are you even talking about?
I'm not even really sure. Ben's just kind of talking. Just confused.
Oh,
There are a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses in Korea.
There are a lot of Korean Baptists.
They all witness for each other.
Yes, I witnessed for you.
Comes around.
I witnessed for you. You see, I witnessed for you.
Oh, Ramus, I Jehovah Witness for. Okay, cool.
But then
have you read this month's issue of Watchtower?
Yeah.
But then we meet Vorta here, who's not Iggy Pop, who's not our regularly scheduled Vorta. It's just
he's
a
the guy
Vorta.
from the last episode, right?
Is he?
Well, they're clones, so he could be.
You know what I mean. God damn it, the same actor.
No. Well, no, that's how they explain, only having to have X number of actors.
But I thought they weren't, like, there was only one clone alive at a time.
He is. You're right. Yeah, because he is the guy from the last episode. Leland Crook played Vorta, so he's the same Vorta from the last episode. So yeah, he's clones. That's how they explain it.
Isn't that right,
clones.
Ben? Like, when they die, then a new clone is unlocked.
You reactivate
but
one?
they don't have multiple clones out at the same time.
I don't know. I'm
like
trying to think
That's how
back
I
now.
understood it.
It's like that movie Multiplicity. Each Vorta gets dumber as you go. People sleep on that movie, but I think, you know what?
Michael Keaton would have been a great Vorta.
Michael Keaton's great at everything, and
Yeah.
Multiplicity is a great film.
Yeah.
People sleep.
So, I
I
mean,
haven't seen it.
every
Is it on
time
Really?
every time a Vorta shows up now, is anybody else like kind of disappointed that it's not Iggy Pop?
Yes.
Like, I know he doesn't show up again, but every time it's like, ooh, a Vorta. And then I'm looking and it's like, no, it's not Iggy.
He'll be back in 10 years.
I miss Iggy Pop. That
Iggy
it's
Pop
not
comes
him.
back every 10 years. He'll be back.
Does
Yeah,
he
but
come?
I'm just-
Is he going to be? He's going to be on Enterprise. He's going to show up on Discovery, perhaps.
He's going to be on the series after Discovery.
That would be Picard.
After that.
That would be Riker.
After.
Lower Decks
But yeah,
or the Con series.
do yourself a favor, Dennis. Watch Multiplicity. It's pretty good.
And then watch the
John
Discovery.
DeLance is in it.
What?
Yeah, because I'm looking at it now. Michael Keaton, Andy McDonald, Eugene Levy, Ann Cusack, John DeLance, Brian Dole Murray. Yeah, so I would give it a watch. It's pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I always get annoyed when they put the Murray brothers in a movie and then pretend like they're not related.
Brian
When do they
Doyle.
pretend? I mean, they're acting. They're pretending like they're completely different people.
Who's
Yeah,
the
but
Murray brothers?
the Murray brothers look so much alike, though.
Who are the Murray brothers?
Bill Murray, Brian Doyle Murray, the guy that wet his pants on Mad Men,
The lesser Murrays.
the lesser Murrays.
How many Murrays are there?
They're the comedic version of the Baldwins,
John Murray. I've never even heard of John Murray.
but you've seen him.
Sure, I have. And then I don't even know who Joel Murray.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who that guy is. Joel Murray was in One Crazy Summer.
Mm-hmm.
I love One Crazy. He's a Murray? Weird.
I love those Murrays.
No, I mean, One Crazy Summer when I grew up, that was a great movie. I used to watch it all the time. I had no idea. Weird. He's had a pretty good career, too. Weird.
Multiplicity cost $45 million to make, and it made $21 million at the box.
I'm telling you, it's a good movie.
Mm,
Not bad.
Wasn't
Was that-
received well.
that was after Batman, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Was it? Yeah, that's
1996.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's why I didn't see it. I was at the
7 years after Batman.
Wow, look at
Then
that.
I was in Japan.
That's surprising. Like it has a feel of like an '80s movie to me.
Mhm. Well, I think if I see him doing comedy, it automatically reads 80s.
Yeah, because that's what he did. Yeah, for a very
Yeah.
long time.
I think what him was it Michael Keaton, Robin Williams, and Jim Carrey are the ones that I think did the most, I don't know, hardcore shift from like comedy into the drama, and did like really well at
Tom
it.
Hanks.
Oh, yeah, Tom. God, how did I even forget that? He's like the proto star of that.
Well, I mean, you could say that Michael Keaton's his comeback role was that
Birdman.
No, the other one, the other brothers or whatever it was with he did that movie with Will Smith and
the other guys.
Will Ferrell. Yeah, the other guys. He was the captain because he kept talking about working at Bed Bath and Beyond or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then he kind of came back around with like Birdman and all that shit.
I thought Birdman was before the other guys.
Was it? Let me check. I'm not down on my.
I don't think
it might not be. I could be wrong. It's possible for me to be wrong.
Let's see here. Yeah,
I know. I'm really happy that the game we were playing on that other podcast, Dennis, wasn't about movies because you would have just
it was.
I would have really pulled a Cradle of Love on everything.
It was what Toy Story 3, the other guys, and then he kind of came back. Then he did Birdman, then Spotlight, then The Founder, and then Spider-Man, and then he kind of made a comeback.
He's really good in Spotlight. Oh, RoboCop was really good too.
Mm-hmm.
No, the movie was crap. His role in it was good.
The movie wasn't that
really
bad.
I heard that.
I mean, it wasn't as obviously as good as the original.
I mean, what is as good as the original of RoboCop? That movie's fucking great.
Predator's better than the original RoboCop.
Oh yeah, Predator is much better than the original RoboCop. I mean, as like action films of the 80s, Predator is like probably second or third behind T2 and
T2's not 80s though, right?
Yeah, I mean it's early 90s, like 92, I think, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
But I'm talking about like that era of like action movies were everywhere. Action movies used to be like superhero films.
Mm-hmm.
Like that style of like crazy run and gun, shoot 'em up, weird one-liners. Like that was the modern equivalent of like a superhero movie.
Gen X, we had action movies. The millennials, you have superhero movies.
I mean, like maybe Die Hard. I'd say like the top three are probably Die Hard, T2, and Predator.
You count like Aliens as an action movie? It really is an action movie.
No, I'm saying it is. I mean,
I would put Aliens,
Commando,
Predator, and
Rambo 3.
The RoboCop as. I would put those three, but then I would put like the Rambos, the Die Hards, the Commando. Wait, I said Commandos. Commandos, Die Hards. What was that other shit?
Running Man.
The stuff that doesn't have the science fiction twist to it or tinge to it. You know, you might have some speculative fiction type stuff, but not too far. Those are like the pure action movies. And then you have the action sci-fi horror where you bring that kind of part of it into it. Is like, I would think is different.
Well, Aliens. Oh, go ahead, Ben. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say those movies are painted with the same brush that the action movies bring to it. But it's just like if we were to make the superhero movies we have today, if we were making them back then, they would be a lot more shooting, a lot more explosions, and they would have more of that action movie feel to them because that was just the vibe that was going on then, in my opinion.
And I would say Aliens and Predator are just one's on a spaceship, one's in a jungle. Like that's really the only difference. You know, I'm more akin to I like Predator more because it's fucking ridiculous.
Because you'd rather be hunted by a creature in a jungle than in space
with dreadlocks.
I will admit, no other movie has a scene where, like, when they shoot down the entire rainforest. That scene is just ridiculous. Yeah. And like they're literally just he empties the minigun into the forest, and it takes like a minute and a half.
And the thing's just spinning. And how great is the scene where fucking Apollo Creed fucking gets his arm hacked off, and his arm falls to the ground and it's still shooting. Whoa! Then he turns around. That shit's great, son. I love Predator.
Great movie.
But like, Predator, T2, Die Hard are probably the top. I would say 3 because you can't fuck with Die Hard. I mean, it's still great. Like, Die Hard is so good it allowed it to make 5 shitty sequels.
Die Hard 2 is not shitty.
I like Die Hard 2.
Die Hard 3 is not shitty.
I mean,
It's not as
No,
great.
Die Hard 1, though.
Die Hard 3
but I mean,
could have ended at 3 different points. It just kept going and going. It's like, when is this movie going to end?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we've got to go to Canada.
Why? Like, now we're on a boat. Why?
Yeah.
Now we're in a tunnel. Why? What the fuck? When is this movie going to end?
We've got this huge budget. We got to spend it all. It's like they just kept writing more. We haven't spent it yet? Shit.
Fuck.
All right, here we go.
Get us an oil tanker. Can we have a cargo ship, please?
Can we get them on a ferry?
No, we still got more to spend.
We got 15 million left. Can't
We got to
money on
crash
the
this
table?
helicopter somehow.
I told you, because like the thing is, you forget about the fucking the cargo scene with the helicopter and all that shit, because it just doesn't end. Because you would think, like, after they shoot a dump truck out of a fucking tunnel filled with gold through a manhole, you'd be like, well, that's a logical end to this film. No, there's still 30 minutes left. Like,
30.
Jesus.
There's 45 minutes left.
When is this going to end?
Oh.
And now we go to the trial.
Dun, dun.
The Gruber trial.
But Gruber's
Let's go
dead.
inside the jury chambers.
Yeah, but Gruber's dead. We still got to put him on trial, though.
I'm sure there's another Gruber brother.
There's somewhere. He's got to. Yeah. But I don't know. But anyway, so yeah. Where are we here? There's no honor amongst thieves in the first place. So yeah, so you got the Vorta kind of hangs out, and he tells his dude O'Brien tells his I guess his contact that, like, oh yeah, we know who did that, but now there's some Vorta guys. Like, oh well, you got to stay to find out what these Vorta are up to. And he's like, God damn it, I just want to go home and get yelled at by my dumb wife.
He doesn't really fight that hard though.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, but I really want to get out. No, you got to stay. All right, I'll stay.
But I mean, he's doing awesome shit. He's drinking. He might get to bang prostitutes. He's stealing money from the bank. Like, he's going to like horse races and shit. Like, he's really digging it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I like how he's doing all this stuff, for Starfleet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have to bang this hooker for Starfleet.
I mean, I'm gonna let her give me a hand job because I don't want to hurt her feelings.
I have to suck this guy's dick for Starfleet.
I just really love the Federation, man. Do anything for it.
Come on over here, honey.
Watch me suck this guy's dick.
I was a little put off by the fact that they had paper money. I like when he was escorting the
fringes, baby. This ain't the Federation.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just like they like literal, like he pulled out a wad of cash, and
it actually was coupons.
Yeah.
They don't have paper money, but they still have coupons.
Okay.
If you ever, they were actually cards. Like, hey, if you ever need anything fixed, here, I'm your guy right here.
Yeah, hand these out to your friends.
Gotta hustle.
You know, I mean, maybe.
And if I put my my offer code on there.
Yeah.
So you
I'm
get
also a Lyft driver, so if you need.
I sell Herbalife.
Oh well, if you ever need any supplements, I'm your man.
Have you heard of the power of essential oil?
That would really sell his cover if he did have all these side hustles.
You want some CBD oil? Some CBD? You need some CBD?
You've heard of the power of the dilithium crystal, but have you heard of the healing power of the quartz crystal?
Some CBD? You need some CBD?
Bill would be like, damn, this guy really is fucking hustling.
Yeah, we got you some CBD.
It's like all you had to do was walk the whore out the door and, make her not feel bad. But Jesus.
You want some? I got some CBD if you want some. I mean, it's going to cure what ails you. You got some Blue Chew? You want some Blue Chew?
He was a little
I'm
shocked
almost
that
certified as a massage therapist, so that'll be coming soon.
But that's kind of your job, so that maybe we can work in tandem. Like, I can rub him, you can tug him. I mean, we could do like that.
Steam and cream.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's
Let's
right,
do it.
Baby. We got to double our hustle, mama. I mean, do what you got to do. I'll you get the shoulders, you get the
Brian
boulders.
just forgets all about DS9.
Him and his hooker just have a great life together, jerking off guys.
All right, this time you massage.
Why do you always get to do the fun stuff?
This is how Julian likes it.
I want to come in my face.
Why do you always get the jizz?
Ooh, Andorian. I never seen Andorian jizz. Let me do it.
Let me go. That's all mine.
It's really cold. But, yeah. I liked how a lot of the background characters were, I guess, what is it, Phasian? Is that what, this is Phasius Prime? So the people were that nose thing, it was, that it's their planet, so people are going to look like that. It's kind of cool. I don't know.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the
They should have just made him look like the Snorks. That would have been really cool.
Yeah, that'd have been cool.
Didn't they have those on one episode?
The Snorks?
Mm-hmm.
That's in Voyager.
Yeah, it's
Probably.
6th season of Voyager.
Yeah, we'll get
did
there.
a crossover.
We'll get there.
Snorks.
Oh my god, that whole show is just a ripoff of the Smurfs.
Yeah.
Except there's Smurfs underwater.
It's the whole Scooby-Doo Jabberjaw Josie and the Pussycats phenomenon.
They had snorkels at the top of their head.
Yeah. And they were all different colors.
But they stayed underwater.
They weren't all.
Like the whole point of having a snorkel is you get close to the surface and the you can breathe. But they like repeatedly showed that they were water breathing creatures.
Just don't understand, Ben.
That was for
There's no
farting,
point.
actually. That's how they pass gas.
See, Dennis gets it.
I mean, Dennis understands a lot, man. He's really smart.
I do have a biology degree. I took a whole semester on snork anatomy.
Snork anatomy.
It wasn't accredited, but
You audited the class.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do. You do what you got to do.
Snort queefs.
Fucking queefs.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Blah, 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 blah.
It's a defense mechanism.
Blah, 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 blah.
It's like Octopus Inc. Snort just queef at people.
Yeah.
Octopus.
I mean, that's what I do.
It is toxic.
We killed men. That's what you get for killing the show earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Everybody's having fun. Let's just have fun. That's all.
Now you got to hear about people banging Bilby's wife and snort.
Yeah. Just try it like a twat, you see?
I can figure this whole screen share thing out. Give me just a second.
No.
Just try it like a veg.
But, no, supposedly in the last Zoom update, you can share your phone screen.
Oh, that's neato.
Yeah.
Lovely. So so then the Vorta tell everybody like, hey man, you got to kill these Klingons with these disruptors that you stole to make it look like Garon did it to make this guy a martyr so we can split up the Klingon Empire so everybody will fucking I
like that they brought back in like all the political intrigue.
Yeah, it's cool.
That we haven't seen in a while,
I was a little, I don't know. I don't know if it speaks to the arrogance of the Vorta or it was just dumb for him to just lay out his whole fucking plan. Oh, so you know something about politics? Let me explain a little bit more. And I'll go into complete detail.
Like classic James Bond villain.
Yeah. Bilby witnessed for him.
Oh, well then, by all
means. And
means.
wasn't it just like 30 seconds earlier that he thought O'Brien was the spy?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay, you're not the spy. Let me tell you my whole plan.
Here's my second choice.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Bilby, who is a low-level thug on some bullshit planet, he did vouch for him.
Yeah.
Well, no, he witnessed for him. We don't vouch in the.
That's right.
Ryan.
I'm sorry.
The Ryan Syndicate. We're not a bunch of Goombas over here. We witness.
That's right. We witness.
Hey, we witness over here.
Ooh. Hey, I'm the witness. But yeah, so they do their whole thing. And I mean, this plan is just awful.
Yeah.
Because if they're successful, okay, great. But the likelihood of them being successful is slim to none. Fucking Slim just left town. Then they're going to get caught by a bunch of Klingons. What do you think the Klingons are going to do to them?
Yeah.
Bad things.
Terrible things.
Unpleasant things.
You know? It's just, this is awful.
Yeah. Why would they go to Kronos to do this? Like,
No.
wait till the guy goes on.
No, they're not on Kronos.
No.
They're on this bullshit planet.
I thought they were going to go
Fine.
there.
No.
No.
That's the whole thing, is the Klingon ambassador that they were able to get the power drive Duhas from, the coils for the phaser rifles or the disruptors earlier. They got those from the Klingon ambassador, and he makes the comment that he must not be too popular or something with Gowron if you're stuck here. So they're going to kill the Klingon ambassador on Phaseus Prime because he is a big supporter of pulling out of the alliance with the Federation and standing on their own, while Gowron is a big proponent of staying friends with the Federation.
So the plan is...
I guess I just missed that whole thing.
Yeah, the plan is to kill this guy and go from there.
Yeah.
But he's guarded by the Klingon Marines.
Yes, it's a terrible plan. Like, there's nothing good about this plan. Like,
the only thing worse about the plan is Bilby's still going through with the plan, even though he knows it's not going to work.
Well, what? Go ahead, Ben.
No, I think you're about to go the same path.
What other choice does he have? He's kind of dead either way at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And his logic makes total sense. He's saying,
just hire the hooker to kill you.
She can rub your shoulders and you can die jacking off.
Yeah.
But no, I mean...
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I want to go. But it makes total sense. Because, I mean, this way, the secret stays amongst each other. So he's good. Secret dies with him. Then his family's safe. My family, because that's what's the most important, family.
I feel like he could have faked his own death or something, though, to get out of it.
Not with the Orion Syndicate.
I agree. Not with the Orion Syndicate. They'd have got your ass.
They got eyes everywhere.
They do. I mean, they even go so far as to mention that when Bilby's speaking, we got guys everywhere. We got guys even on Earth. We got guys in Starfleet. So I think they do a good job explaining the reach. And so this is kind of the only way out for him. But I don't like how he just takes it like, oh, shucks, you had me. Why'd you have to tell me? He's very like introspective mafioso guy, which is very different because mainly there's more like violence and punching and stuff, but he's like, I'm very in touch with my sentiment, and this is no way to resolve conflict. I'm upset that you lied to me, but I knew it was too good to be true. It's like such a weird monologue he just spouts off.
It's like, have some self-esteem, dude. Jesus.
I should have known.
I thought my luck turned around. Guess I was wrong.
O'Brien's over there stuck in the rabbit hole, can't get through. Anyway.
Oh, bother.
So he goes on and carries out the mission and dies.
Blocker.
Yes. Dead.
And then the part that kind of confuses me, because O'Brien's thing through this whole episode was how much he wants to get back to his family.
Yeah.
And so he hasn't even changed out of his suit from when he did the mission, that he's back on Deep Space Nine and he's talking to Keiko and telling her how much he missed her and how dangerous this whole mission was, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
I was thinking of you the whole time I was banging that hooker.
Family celebration that they had for him when he came back to the station.
It was just him and O'Brien.
Yeah.
Or Bashir.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what?
Hey, family's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Miles, I'm trying to sleep.
Tell Julian to come back.
Blow me.
Miles, it's 2:00 in the space morning.
I have the hottest Phasian hookers.
Miles, I just got the baby to bed, and you're gonna wake him up by coming home from your secret space mission.
That's it. I'm going to go attack the Klingon ambassador.
Go sleep in the hallway or at your gay friend Julian's house.
Sisko called out Julian too. He's like, I know that you miss fucking O'Brien.
I thought that was nice. I thought it was sweet. They're friends. I mean, because what does Bilby say to him? He's like, yeah, I can tell. I'm good at reading people. I can tell that you're lonely and sad. And O'Brien's like, how did you know I'm trapped in a loveless marriage? Like,
I can see it in your eyes. You're dead inside.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Yeah, that whole dead inside thing, that's just because I'm Irish. It's natural. Don't worry about that.
So, I'm just telling you. It was very interesting.
I cried at the end of the episode.
Why?
The cat.
Yes.
How can you say?
I'm like way too upset about the fucking cat.
Just, I mean, how touching it was that, make sure somebody takes care of Chester when I'm gone. And I was just like, the dude, he was a good dude. He cared about his family. He cared about how bad you're going to be that you got a cat.
We did see him kill someone on screen.
Yeah, but to be fair, the guy fucked him over. I mean,
To be fair, he was a dick.
Well, no, I mean, the guy sold him faulty weapons that if he'd given those to Reyes, Reyes would have killed his ass.
It's true.
So you sell me some fucked up shit, and you put my life in jeopardy. You put my family's life in jeopardy. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking fuck you up now. But that's just me.
Just you. And then the episode.
That's a valid point.
So yeah, way too emotional at the end.
Cat was a nice touch.
Yeah, because family's everything.
I bet we'll never see that cat again.
Yeah, we actually
Jeremy Astor.
The next episode, he goes to live with Jeremy Astor on the farm in Ukraine.
I give this show more credence than that. So that's all I'm saying.
Actually, no, Keiko has allergies, and she makes him get. It's like it's either the cat or me.
Miles, I'm
bitch.
allergic to that cat. Miles, I hate you. Why can't you go back on your secret space mission, O'Brien? So, all right, Jenny, what did you think of the episode?
I actually liked it. I don't. Because O'Brien can be kind of like whiny and fucking annoying sometimes, especially when the whole plot is about him and his wife. But I like this episode. I'm going to give it a 7.
All right.
7.
Ben?
I'm going to give it a 7.5. I don't like the O'Brien and Keiko family drama because I just really don't like Keiko. But O'Brien, and this was good that it wasn't an O'Brien Julian episode either.
Yeah.
This was pretty much an O'Brien episode. Our trips back to DS9, we had the initial stuff where it's set up that, everything's falling apart without the chief. And then it was like, all right, so that we're good. Let's go focus on the story with O'Brien. So I really enjoyed that. And I don't know. I think it was very interestingly written. It shows you when you start messing with military intelligence that you're going to get fucked over because they get what they want, whether you want to be part of it or not.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned with how much Starfleet permeates the Federation. That on some of the other shows, we don't even hear them say the Federation anymore. They just talk about, we're from Starfleet. It's like, no, you're from Federation's Starfleet. It's like Starfleet does the role of an intelligence. It's like the Starfleet intelligence, but it's not like military intelligence. Starfleet intelligence is fucking like the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, and military intelligence. It's just like this one thing. And you don't have police officers. You have Starfleet security.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like your hometown doesn't have a constable. You have constables on Bajor, but not on Earth. You know, you got a county sheriff. Nope, we got a county Starfleet security officer. Like, what?
Space Illuminati took over.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize
Everything is better this way, citizen. Don't ask
Don't
questions.
worry about it, citizen. Ask your questions later.
I still go back to my best friend Jay in high school's theory that the world that Mark Twain was describing when he visited the Enterprise, how all these worlds are subjugated, and you go to Starfleet to have the good life. I think that might have been pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so yeah, 7.5.
7.5.
I had fun with this episode. Really enjoyed it, and it made me cry at the end. And I guess I forgot about that all these years later, and it caught me off guard, and I felt emotions, and I was just like, God damn it! I don't even like cats.
I was gonna say, like,
So
yeah, you're a Vulcan, and you don't like cats, and you still cried.
Emotions are nice. Dennis, what do you say?
It's like a 6.5. It's pretty good.
All right. I'm going to say 7. I liked it. I thought it was good. Like this, it was very hacky and kind of very tropey, but I dug it because it's a different kind of Star Trek episode.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The Bilby guy was pretty good.
Yeah, Bilby was great. Like, I liked Bilby.
I love the henchman. The one sneaky henchman was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it.
I like how, though, like I said, the behind-the-scenes stuff was that Bilby was the guy who played him in this was the second choice.
Yeah.
And, and he came back as like, hey, you lost out to this guy, but he died. So let's honor his memory, and you come back. And he's like, yeah, all right, it's a check.
Oh, he died? I didn't kill him. What? What are you talking about?
I didn't shoot him with a disruptor.
Why are you at my house asking about who killed him? Because, you're offering me the role. Oh, yeah. I'll
Makes sense. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll take it, obviously, because I killed that guy. I mean,
because why would you even bring up, cut brake lines? What the fuck?
I mean, let's just not talk about it.
It's just so terrible to die when a hooker strangles you. How did you know a hooker strangled him? What?
I think you said something when you came in.
I think I read in the paper.
Let's stop talking. I think that would be best. Let's just stop. Yeah. Okay, great. So that's your episode, my friend. Boom, bada boom, bada bing, bada bang. Love it. Love it. Thank you for listening to Dork Trek. We will be back next week with more Dork Trek fun. Thank you guys, Ben, Jenny, Dennis. As always, it's a pleasure to share this time with you. And it's a pleasure to share this time with you, listeners. And we'll be back soon.